Well, hello there, YouTube family. I'm happy to be back and reporting on this week's weigh-in results. I'll get right to it. I had a gain of 0.4, which I am cheering about because you all know that last weekend was Mother's Day weekend, and I overly indulged all weekend long from Friday through Sunday. So I've managed to turn that all around this week, and I must say I'm very satisfied with all the food that I've had. You haven't seen it all yet because I still owe you some videos. But I did definitely do much better this week. Night eating is a bit more under control, not entirely, but for the most part. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm really I've really fully immersed myself in the Slimming World plan. I have my head has not been on very straight for quite a long time now regarding my eating and the obsessiveness about food tracking and the fatigue with the dieting and all of that. And I finally am looking at things through a different set of lenses, maybe. That's what it feels like to me. In terms of, I'm just saying, okay, what is Slimming World really? What is it for me? It's a whole heck of a lot less tracking. And in fact, the more whole food you eat, the less tracking you have to do at all. And also incorporating your sins into your meals, which a lot of you may have seen over time now that I've been incorporating a lot of olive oil back into my meals, sometimes a little sesame oil, and that takes up some sins, but it's not eating junk. I do still have my Nutrisystem meals. For those of you who are not familiar, if you know Marie Osmond, she's a spokesperson for the Nutrisystem plan here in the US, and I think it's also in Canada. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's a mail order food plan. You can order a la carte, or you can just order the entire plan. I happen to have an abundance of this food right now because my order got screwed up. So I'm feeling a bit pressured about eating it, but I did look at my dates and they really are far out in terms of expiring. So I'm a little bit less stressed out about that now because it is costly. It's not the way I do it. It's much cheaper, but I still feel like I don't want to waste money on food that I'm not going to eat. I do enjoy Nutrisystem meals. I don't want to eat them 3 times a day, every single day. But here and there, it's kind of like having fast food, but without all of the junk. Is Nutrisystem healthy or not? That's a different conversation. I've done a video on that quite a while ago now. I'm not going to get into all of that, but I'll just call it a calorie counted meal as they do in the UK. In the UK, people on Slimming World do eat Slimming World calorie counted frozen meals. So I just put it in that category. If I have Nutrisystem, it's in that category. I just send it accordingly. Some of the meals I can have, like the melts, are my healthy extra beef for the day because they do meet the fiber requirement. And the cheeses that are in there are either all of my healthy extra A or part of. And I kind of do it that way, and it makes it very simple, and it works for me. Other than that, the beauty of this plan for me is that it took away all of that tracking insanity. Now, am I saying people shouldn't be on different plans where they have to track more? No. Personally, for me, at my age, as a person who's been on a diet of one sort or another since I was 8, I am at a point now where I'm saying, I can't do this anymore. I can't be on a diet anymore. And Slimming World puts me at the closest way of eating to what I was doing when I was at my goal weight and very healthy. And I stayed that way for over 5 years, up until pandemic time, pretty much. And then once I got that virus the 3rd time, or the 2nd time, I can't remember now, my body just changed so much that it took me a year to take 30 pounds off, for those of you who don't know. Be that as it may be, my mission is to be a whole food, plant-based eater as much as I can. And the Slimming World guidelines or rules, I prefer them to be called guidelines. I think rules are for, I'm an adult, I don't want to have to follow rules, not those kind. But there are guidelines there. There's a lot of flexibility in Slimming World for me. And on days when I'm really having a bad day, which is infrequent, by the way, during the day, I can just throw some food on a plate and not even weigh it. I mean, do I like to weigh my food and measure it? I do. But it even gets down to that level where if I'm just not feeling it today, I'm just going to put the meal together and not worry about how much it weighs or what the measurements are, and I'll still be on plan. Now we have Little trying to get in the video. You haven't seen Little yet, I don't think. So that is just the beauty of the plan for me, and it meets all of my requirements. I don't want to be eating a whole lot of junk. Does that mean I don't take a day off? Does that mean I don't eat junk at night? We all know I eat junk at night. I just get into junk at night. It has nothing to do with I'm missing eating junk or anything that makes logical sense. It is completely emotional and off the charts, with no other explanation than that. And that will subside as I continue on my journey with Slimming World, eating properly and not having all these pressures upon me with tracking and all of the like the noise that goes on in here, the food noise, the diet noise that goes on in my head and takes up so much space. So yes, have I done well this week? I think I've done tremendously well. I'm feeling good about this, and I'm really happy to say that. Is it perfect? No. Is anything perfect? If someone comes on a video and says, oh, I am doing this plan perfectly every single day, unless they're on keto and carnivore, or they're doing vegan, true vegan, whole food, plant-based vegan, that would be a different story altogether. But put those two aside, or HCG, that's also one. So those three aside. Anybody else, I would have to tell you that they may, in that moment in time, making the video, be perfectly perfect, but in the real world, nobody's perfectly perfect. Life happens, and sometimes life happens in such a way that we can't be on plan today because something totally unexpected happened. Unless you're Stephanie, God bless Stephanie, 1975_SW, my friend. She is amazing. Her husband was in the hospital, seriously ill, and she was on plan. God bless her. And we all said, you're amazing. Because I don't think any of us that are in our Slim Win chat and group would feel that we would be able to accomplish that the entire time he was in the hospital anyway. So kudos to you, Steph. God bless. You're a great, great inspiration to all of us. And I aspire to be just like you. So that being said, I'm not going to stay here for another half an hour in chat. I did want to give you a catch up. I will be putting up my videos. They're on the short side. I want to make sure I stick to plan as much as my plan, which was to make a video a day if I can. It won't be it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do my best for my benefit to do that, because having you like on my shoulder watching over me really helps me a lot. And the way for me to accomplish that is to give you videos. So yeah, I hope you're doing well and taking good care. I know it's hard, but it's important. You are important. You need to take care of yourself in one way, shape, or form, in all ways, perfectly. Nobody could do it for you. We get one go around. That's it. So my motto is, let me do the best I can, not perfectly, but the best I can, to maintain my health so I don't become a burden to my family. That is, and to also have longevity, but healthy longevity. I don't want longevity in a wheelchair if I could avoid it. So that's it now. I will be back, and I thank you all very, very much for all of the support you give me. It's very important to me, and I wish for you that you are blessed, you and your family, as always, and that you are able to do the things you need to do to take good care for yourself and the benefit of your family members and loved ones. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I'm going to see you very soon. And I'm going to send you hugs. You take care now. Stay well, my friends.